As the sun... Oh, it takes in the past. As the sun rises in the morning, both me and Faith are ready in the school's courtyard, waiting for the day to start. Backpack in hand, I turn towards Faith. With narrow eyes, she's looking around at the building. Faith? She averts her eyes from the building and then looks at me. Yeah? I place my bag on the ground and come to Faith, placing my hands on her shoulders. Listen, if you have any trouble, just call me, alright? Faith now narrows her eyes on me, feeling quite suspicious. Was that too much? Do you think I can't handle on my own? No, I don't think that. I release Faith's shoulders and step back. I just want to be sure that you're safe, that's all. Faith sighs and adjusts her own backpack. I think you shouldn't worry so much. I know what I'm doing. I look down in a slight disappointment. Then I breathe in and out, and I slightly nod. Alright, you'll handle your own. Got it. Just call if you want, okay? Okay, I will. Promise? Faith raises her eyebrows after I say that. After a while, she smiles and nods. Okay. Better be sure that you keep that though, Faith. The bell rings, signaling the end of the first class. Alright, students, don't forget your assignments. With that, the teacher quickly gathers her stuff and leaves the classroom, leaving the other students behind. I hide my things into my bag and stand up. When I see Faith come to me, I smile to myself. You didn't tell me that classes are so boring here. Did you expect anything else? Well, not really. Should we go? Yeah, we should. Half of the class is already out as Faith takes her bag and we head towards the door. Hey, dipshit. Was that on me? I stop and turn around. There are still a couple of students gathering their things into their bags. But I don't see anyone looking at me, or even wanting to speak to me. Who said that? Oh, it's against Tina. What do you want now? When I hear another girl's voice, that's when I realize that the insult was directed at her. Another student approached her with an angry expression, another OC. Who are you, miss? I don't recognize the brown-haired one, but I recognize the one with the green wave of hair. That's Tina. We usually don't talk much. We have a few classes together. Sometimes we get partnered on a project rather. So this is pre-relationship us. She can be nice, but I still remember how she compared me to a pile of dog shit. Ouch. Other than that, she's really nice. Does her part of the work efficiently, almost without any questions. When she does ask, it's usually just me being dumb. She does get sometimes in trouble, but always seems to get away with smaller punishments at worst. I wonder why. We need to talk, Tina. Both me and Faith look at each other with raised eyebrows. She knows as much as I do. And that's not a lot. Oh really? Then first you should stop being a dipshit yourself, River. Okay, her name's River. And plus, I need to go to my next class. We'll talk later. From when did you give a shit about classes? From the time I decided to live a more normal life here. Now I need to go. Tina grabs her bag and heads for the front door, ignoring River. You can't just avoid the goddamn problem anymore, Tina. It needs to be resolved right here, right now. Again, another question. What's the problem? Tina stops in the middle of her track as she turns around, more angry than before. You know what? Stuff that right here, right now bullshit up your ass and leave me alone. You do realize, Tina, that all the shit you've done will come crashing down at you, right? And with those crazy eyes, I think you should take her seriously, Tina. As River says that, she slowly comes to Tina, her face just a few centimeters from Tina's. Tina then threateningly raises her index finger as she speaks up in a powerful, quiet voice. I don't have time for your bullshit, you little fucking twat. I have places to go. So you either shut up or I'll do it myself. Ooh, spicy. Silence fills the room as the other student left the room, including me and Faith stare at them. River doesn't say anything as Tina puts down her finger and turns again to the front door. This time she left with her eyes on the floor, tightly holding a bag strap. Little fucking twat, huh? River says something under her breath and also leaves. What was that about? It's me. Faith leans toward me and says that quietly into my ear. I don't know, but we should really go. With that, we leave the classroom and head our ways. As I hold the plate of scrambled eggs in the air, I take out the piece of the eggs with a spoon. Before I can continue with feeding Tina, she suddenly bursts out loud. What? You don't like it? Well, it's true that I hate myself for agreeing to this. Aww, is Tina hurt? Does you need a kiss on your boo-boo? You're just looking for an excuse to kiss me, aren't ya? Well, if that person is you, why need excuses? Even if I was a don't joke like that, Tina. Please. Even if I was a corpse? Tina snickers as she notices my obvious red face. Alright, your decision then. I return the favor by starting to eat the scrambled eggs out of the plate. You're trying to rander me with that, right? What else? I respond with my mouth full as I take another piece out of with a spoon. Tina then shrugs and goes over to open the drawers, taking out the whiskey bottle. She lets go of the bottle, it smashes on the ground, spitting the whiskey and shards of glass around. Seriously? That's what you get for being an asshole. I sigh as I place the spoon and the plate on the table. Yeah, guess you're right. Before we can do anything else, I hear running sounds on the second floor. Bloody hell was that? I don't know. As we come closer to the noise, we hear the running noises coming from the stairs. Seconds later, we see Faith rushing down. Oh, her M1911 in hand. You okay? What was that? Ah, jeez, Faith. What was that sound? That was us. Sorry. That was a little bit too extreme by Tina, by the way. Faith's eyebrows frown as she lowers her gun. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you, Faith, fucking kidding me? Why would you take out a gun? Jeez. We're sorry, alright? Yeah, sure. Were you too... Were you too busy licking your throat again? Of course not. Tina just broke a glass bottle, that's all. Faith then looks into the kitchen and sighs. Whatever. She then hides her gun behind her back and adjusts her outfit. How was your sleep? It wasn't the worst. Faith then goes around me into the kitchen. For fuck's sake, that has to be the best one! Shit! Oh, she drinks too. You owe me for that bottle, understood? Oh, me. Alright, but you're making me breakfast tomorrow. Fair enough. Heh, you don't even have to ask. Finally. Lunch. I close my notebook with a sigh as a smile forms on my face. I gather all my stuff into my bag and leave the classroom in a hurry. Most students head for the school cafeteria to buy lunch. Since I already kinda have lunch, I head for the courtyard. It takes a few seconds before I get through the crowd and open the door. The cold wind breezes my face as I get out of the building. Little dandelions grow in the grass as bees occupy them. Birds are singing their songs of spring as some of them fly from the trees around into the sky. Just wanted to share this real quick. Whenever birds are singing, they're not actually singing. They're horny. Most of the students are eating their lunches on the wooden benches. Some just wander around or read, waiting for an upcoming class. I pull out my phone and search for my contacts. Then I settle on one and open the messaging app. I type a message and send it. To whom? How classes have been going. 3 gray circles are flashing in the corner as she types out a response. Oh, it's Faith. Didn't I tell you to stop worrying so much? You're the one who brought a gun down just because a glass bottle dropped. Alright, I'll stop, but still, how have they been? Fate spends a fair bit of time before sending a reply. As I said, boring. In fact, didn't I tell you this earlier? Maybe? Then stop fucking asking questions if you know the answer to it. I smile upon that message and slip my phone back into my pocket. When I look around for a free bench, I spot someone from earlier. Oh, it's Tina. Tina is sitting on one of the benches, looking at the ground in deep thought, drinking from a metal bottle. My mind goes back into the argument in the classroom as I look at her. Do we get to answer the question that I had, which is, what was that? If she did something, then what would it be? Does it even matter? Probably not. If nowhere else I want to really sit, I go to her. Hey there, Tina. I break Tina out of her train of thought as she looks up. Oh, hey. Tina looks back at the ground and sips from her drink. An awkward silence goes between us as I stand there not really knowing what to do. Until Tina sighs and looks at me again. Afraid I'm gonna eat ya or what? Well, getting punched isn't something on my to-do list today. And standing is? Not really. And pleasure yourself, I could use some company. With that conversation over, I sit down as Tina returns to her drink. I open my backpack and take out the cheeseburger I prepared for lunch. After looking at it for several seconds, I flinch. That looks terrible. I'm not eating that. I'm not that hungry anyway. Yeah, no! You could have just, fed it to your dog or something. I throw the cheeseburger into a nearby trash can and I close my bag. I then look at the bottle Tina's drinking from. What do you have in there? Tina looks at me and then at the bottle. After a few seconds, she smirks and moves the bottle to my direction. Wanna try it out? Sure. I hesitantly take the bottle and look into it, some kind of bronze substance. See? What a guess. What a guess. I look at Tina, she has an expectant look on her face awaiting my response. In compliance, I bring the bottle to my lips and sip. The bitter taste immediately proves me wrong. With raised eyebrows, I take a look at the bottle again and then look at Tina. With a smirk, I place the bottle between us. I'll be honest, you're clever for hiding beer on campus like that. You're either clever, or your security guards are lazy. Just saying. She smiles as she picks up the bottle again and sips from it. Right? Then, I can always pretend it's tea and no one suspects shit. Heh, you're right on that. After a few seconds of silence, Tina sighs and leans her back against the bench. Malon, look. Yeah? I don't apologize for my behavior that often. That's just who I am. But, I'm sorry for the argument back there. It was just stupid of River to bring our personal stuff there. Is she always that stupid? She can ruin my day pretty quickly, but she is effective when she focuses on something she wants. We sit in silence for a moment before I speak up. Don't feel bad about it. Tina looks at me with her eyebrows raised. Really? Yeah, you just defended yourself. Nobody said you can't do that. Thanks. Tina forms a smile as she looks in the distance. That smile drops after a while. Malon, I'm only doing it for my own safety? My own safety? Whoa, how am I involved in this? But please stay away from me. My mouth drops as I quickly look at her pained expression. Why? Tina looks at the ground and then stands up, looking into my eyes. I will not just hold myself together anymore if I know that I hurt you by my actions in any way. Well, you kinda hurt me with you breaking the bottle. I'm really sorry that it had to come to this. I really am. Before I can react, Tina turns around and starts walking away. Tina, wait! Tina ignores my call and leaves the courtyard, getting out of sight in the school. Fuck. Something is definitely going on behind the scenes, but what? Do I even want to know? We didn't even get to answer the question. What's going on? With nothing better to do, I take my backpack and head in an entirely different direction into the school, heading for my next class. Tina claps to herself after cleaning the remainder of the glass. Finally! Done! Cleaning up your own mess! Faith is currently eating cereal with milk as she looks at the floor clean and shiny as ever. At least something. That asshole dish still didn't wake up properly. Lock that sarcasm of yours, please. That whiskey was good, and you didn't even finish it. Aww. Ooh-hoo. We're all assholes sometimes, so keep it cool, alright? If you let me finish my cereal, I'll be really happy. Silence falls as Faith quietly eats her cereal. When she finishes, her eyebrows frown. Still hungry. You could eat another bowl. No one's stopping you. She stands up and takes out a key from her pocket. She then unlocks a cupboard and takes out a cereal box and a new box of milk. Before she can do anything else, the bell starts to ring. What the fuck was that? Tina looks out of the window. Reporters. Again? That's the third time they rang today. They even woke me up. Assholes. She hides her cereal box and her milk into the cupboard and goes out of the kitchen. Uh-oh. You know that you can just ignore them. I'm not going to ignore people who fuck up my already shitty day. She gets her boots on and leaves the house. Stop the girl! That's not going to be good. We both get up and get outside as well. Sorry, people, but I very much ask you to leave us and this house alone. Faith is standing in front of the fence while the reporters are trying to record her. We're not on private property. You can tell us what we can and we can't do. Actually, that does count as trespassing if you go in, right? I don't fucking care about that. I advise you to leave. Mr. Castle, can you tell us about your reaction to Mr. Aston's eviction? Sorry. Faith turns to the reporter that asked the question. She was sticking a microphone right into Faith's mouth. Oh, you care about that, huh? Well, let me ask you one thing. The reporters are stunned when Faith takes out her gun and points it at the ground. The reporters flinch at the gunshot. Faith doesn't stop looking at them. How about you fuck up before I shoot your fucking heads off? Faith, please calm down. The reporters quickly look at each other. Then they scramble to their cars in a sitcom kind of way. Some even tripping just to get to them. Some of the wheels squeak as they ride off into the city. Understandably shocked. An embarrassing quiet spreads in the garden as Faith goes back into our house. Persistent fucking ass shitholes. Jeez, Faith, calm down. Wanna go on a walk? I'm pretty sure Faith can handle herself. Yeah, sure, I'll just go tell Faith. I head inside and after a minute come out and we head into the city. The door swings open as I enter. The usual greetings erupt. The club members quickly returning to their usual activities. Only Yuri does something, huh? Only Yuri, oh, it's just tea. She's currently preparing tea in the corner of the room. Why are you sad? Aww. After I place my stuff into my desk, I go to her. Her water is currently getting into a boiling point in the pot. What are you preparing? Yuri looks up from her work. Slightly surprised, she then smiles. I'm preparing my usual oolong tea. Have a good one. Thanks. The pot clips as the water is ready. Yuri takes the pot and pours the water into her cup. As I go over my words. Look, Yuri, could I ask for a bit of advice? Yuri looks at me with raised eyebrows and she's sweating. And stops pouring her tea. She then blinks multiple times. She's kinda nervous. Yes, you can. I don't want to do it here. What if we discuss this in a different environment? It's good that Yuri is still Yuri. Yuri looks around nervously at the other club members, then she nods. Yeah, sure. Alright. Monika! Yes, Malon? Yuri and I are going to discuss something real quick. We'll be back soon. Okay, don't take too long. With that, we exit the club room. As the door closes, we're left alone. By the way, Nice sign. I like it. I point to the sign above the door. Yuri looks at it too and then smiles. There's her smile. Thanks. An embarrassing quiet sprints between us as we both look for words. About the thing you wanted. Is it about between you and Natsuki? That's already behind us. It is more of a pressing matter now. It involves my twin sister, Faith. What happened? Monika approaches us as Yuri and I return to the clubroom. Trying out new things? Monika has a smug smile on her face while she says that. I don't know what she's doing. You know that I'm not interested in Yuri. We're only discussing something. And that only took 5 minutes? We were straightforward in the discussion as much as we could be. That surely doesn't sound weird in any way. I really love the sprite work. Jeez. Yeah, you can think that. As I'm looking for something to say, I come back to yesterday. I still remember how she shouted across the whole room in a phone call. By the way, what was that phone call about? Which one? The yesterday one. You seem pretty angry about something. Monika hesitates for a while telling me the answer. Then she smiles. It's personal, just like a discussion. Oh my goodness. Monika isn't surely revealing what was that phone call about. Why? Fair enough. I leave the topic here. I would probably be pissed if I meddled with it. Don't really know what about Monika. Before we can continue our conversation, Monika narrows her eyes and looks past me. What is that? I look where Monika is also looking. I see a brown bump of hair. Who is that? I hesitate for a while before I go over to the door. I then swing the door open as fast as I can. Faith? Faith stepped back a bit as I swung the door open. Now she looks at me with her eyebrows raised. Was she stalking us? For fuck's sake, why? I put my hand on my hip as Faith nervously laughs. I ignore the laugh and get to the topic. From when do you have the habit of stalking me? I was just checking out the school, you know. We both know that's not true. The others notice that something's going on and come to the door as well. Yikes, Faith. Oh, hey Faith. Wait, you know her? Yeah, I met her during cool. I met her during Christmas. Sayuri opens her mouth again. I shoot my hand up to silence her. Before we get into the introductions, why are you here, Faith? Faith crosses her arms as she shifts with her foot. She's clearly uncomfortable. I just wanted to make sure I live with the right person, alright? I'm left a bit surprised by her answer. And I get what she's saying. Maybe a one-on-one conversation may be better than this. I don't think that... Monika, let me deal with it. Alright? Alright. How about we give them some time? The club disperses as Monika addresses them, and they go to their usual activities. I wait until everyone is distracted with their own stuff to turn to Faith. Time to try Yuri's advice, I guess. Look, Faith. I begin with putting my hands on Faith's shoulders and looking at her sincerely. I get it. Living with a person requires a lot of trust in them. But I promise, you can trust me. You can trust that I'll protect you and I'll be honest. You can even ask me about anything and I'll answer truthfully and honestly. Right now. The fox with rabies. Was that really an accident or did you really try to injure me there? What are you talking about? I avert my eyes and sigh. I wasn't careful enough and I'm sorry for that. And how can I trust you that you're careful now? I don't know. Embarrassing quiet spreads as I try to come with something to say. Do you trust her dad? Why is that a question? Please answer me. Do you or do you not? Yes, I do. Well, once her dad told me that there isn't perfect trust. You can only trust people enough. That's a good saying. Do you trust me enough? That I can be careful? We haven't really been together since last year. After the accident. Trust like that It isn't really easy to regain it. And what if we started again? How? How about you meet my friends here at the Literature Club? And if you want, they can be your friends too. Faith averts her eyes for a moment, thinking about my proposal. Yes! Alright. Well, at least it's a first step. I smile as I turn to the club. People, I think we have a visitor. Ah, that's pretty cute. But oh, persistent fucking ass shitholes. Okay, this is from Fate. As I slam the door behind me, I don't bother to take my shoes off and continue to the kitchen. I hide my gun behind my back and freeze as I look at my milk and cereal. Look, I forgot to put it back! I quickly come to the box and look inside. After looking at it from different angles, I grab the box of milk and inspect it. Seems fine. Alright, guess it'll be safe. After I calm down a bit, I look down at the counter and sigh. I did it again, didn't I? Oh. The main door opening breaks me from my trance as Malon comes in. Tina and I are going home for a walk. We'll be back soon. Alright. Malon smiles as he heads into his bedroom. After a while, he comes out as he's stuffing something into his pocket. Have a nice walk. A smile is flashed at me as Malon closes the main door. Those two are definitely gonna have sex somewhere. My thought process is interrupted by a grumble from my stomach. Right, the cereal. I take the cereal and milk and pour myself a bowl. I then put everything back in my drawer and lock it. With a sigh, I sit down and start eating. Munch. I stare at the wall opposite of me as I put my spoon of cereal into my mouth. My vision then lands on my phone laying on the table just a few inches from me. After I swallow, I pick it up after a while, put it next to my ear. Hello, Faith? Who are you? Oh, it's her dad. Hiya, Dad. How you holding up? Same old problem, sweetie. Boss, work, all that stuff that awaits you. Dad! I told you to stop calling me sweetie. I know. You better remember that. Faith, not a young man anymore. I can forget things sometimes. We share a laugh as I smile. How's Ma? She's going overseas to London. Business and all of that. Is she still mad over what happened? I managed to calm her down a bit, but she's still fuming about when I hit the bad spot. I think she's going to think about it later. Again, another question. Alright. A silence spreads between us as Dad gets to the point. You're not calling me out of nowhere, right? I sigh as I lean my back against the chair. I just can't bring myself to trust Malon anymore. My instincts are telling me not to trust him and Tina while we're at it, and to get the fuck out of here. And even how ridiculous that sounds, when I look at what happened, I don't think I'm exaggerating at that point. You all did what you thought was best. What? Almost killing ourselves in the shit show or what? Protecting each other. Yeah, it was self-defense, but that doesn't excuse anything, Dad. I know it doesn't, but just try to be optimistic, please. I'm trying, Dad, but I can't. It's been so long since I've heard the soundtrack. Thank you. So, Faith, what do you like to read? We gathered around in a circle, forming a large table out of desks. Just like with my arrival, only now I'm sitting next to Notsky. Thank you. Faith taps with her fingers as she thinks. She has a small black notebook in front of her. Stories that resolve around mysteries. Then I guess you'll be with Yuri around most of the time then. Which kind of mysteries? I don't really have a preference for that. If the story can fish out a good mystery, then I consider it good. Even a story about who stole a cookie? Why ask such a stupid question? Why not? Who would want us in a cookie anyway? Heh, I know someone. Right, Sayori? What about me? You're Exhibit A. You still owe me for that cookie you stole me when Mom joined. But I only took one bite of it. That's still stealing, Sayori. But yours was chocolate. That doesn't matter, Natsuki's right. Fine, stop making me feel guilty. Guilty. After we laugh it off, the conversation between Faith and Yuri continues. My mind, however, points in a different direction. Stay away from me. Why? What would cause someone to stay away from people? Mental illness sounds stupid in Tina's case. Then what would it be? Lon? Malaan? What? Jeez, you're worse than Sayori with this. Can't I think for a goddamn minute? Whatever. Did you want something? Actually, yeah. What is it? Natsuki then leans to my ear and whispers, wanna bake something tonight? What's with that look, Natsuki? Jeez. I'm pretty sure it won't only be baking. Is she going to bring the topic again? Why are you so smug, Natsuki? Yeah, wanted to stop by anyway. Oh, we're stopping by at Natsuki's place. Good. Otherwise, I would kick your butt in there. Oh please. You and what army? Natsuki grins as she forms a fist and shoves it into my face. This army. Bam! You make a very good point. Wait, do you want tea? I'm being brought back to the meeting as Yuri calls out from the corner of the room. No, I'm good. Why not? Yuri makes fantastic tea, and here you are, trying to make friends and then you decline Yuri's tea. Despicable. Thanks, Sayori. But I think because I don't want tea. Wasn't that clear enough? From when a Brit doesn't accept tea made by someone else. I'm only half British, and don't act like you're half British as well, twin brother. Alright, I'm just messing with you. Don't take it seriously. But your fault that you missed on such an opportunity. I'm aware, thank you very much. You stay quiet as Yuri places the tea in the middle of the table and starts handing out teacups. You made Yuri upset. It's your fault.